Good morning. Things are coming to a head for Jonah. And this morning we're going to look at a number of verses. Jonah 1:11, and we're going to go on down through verse 16. Then they said to him, "What shall we do to you, that the sea may quiet down for us?" For the sea grew more and more tempestuous. Remember, God has hurled a sea. The language is the ship thought it would break up, and the captain went and confronted Jonah. Jonah confessed that he's been running from the Lord. He said to them, "Pick me up and hurl me into the sea. Then the sea will quiet down for you." He doesn't really value his own life at this point. It's kind of a theme for him. "For I know it is because of me that this great tempest has come upon you. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to get back to dry land, but they could not, for the sea grew more and more tempestuous against them. Therefore they called out to the Lord, 'O Lord, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not on us innocent blood, for you, O Lord, have done as it pleased you.' So they picked up Jonah and hurled him into the sea, and the sea ceased from its raging. Then, verse 16, the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows." You ever felt like giving up because of the sin of another? You ever felt like someone else's sin, someone else's rebellion, someone else not doing what they ought to? Maybe it's cost you in your life. It's brought circumstances into your life that you wish weren't in your life. Maybe there are things that have emerged in your life because of the sin of another. And you find yourself in a tempest, and the tempest isn't your doing. It's the doing of another. When I read this text, one of the things that's astonishing to me is that God uses the rebellion of Jonah, his response to the rebellion, which is a kind of storm-tossed sea. It produces fear in the lives of these pagan sailors, and God ends up turning it into an event of worship for him and an event of a kind of redemption in the lives of these sailors. Only God can take something where it includes the sinful running and rebellion of someone. Maybe it's a wayward child. Maybe it's a spouse that's gone off the rails. Maybe it is someone else that in your life is just headed sideways. I just want you to be reminded this morning that God can take a situation that looks very difficult, very challenging, and includes the sin, rebellion, and running of someone. But Jonah's running away from God. And Jonah gets hurled into the sea. And in the midst of that, God cultivates worshipers. So there's nothing that is so difficult, even if it is constituted by the rebellion of another, that somehow God can't bring something out of it. I don't know what he'll bring out of it. There's no promises of the kind of thing he'll bring out of it. I just want you to trust that he can take rebellion and turn it to a day of righteousness. I hope that encourages you today.